Hello, happy Thursday from everyone here at Esports Channel. We are so happy you could join us today. I am Sierra.
And I'm Dom, and boy, do we have a lot of stuff to talk about today.
Lot to cover. In CSGO, IEM is happening in Sydney, and we saw some formidable games yesterday, creating some clear separation between those top and bottom teams.
Yeah, and we'll be getting into those results as the show goes on. Of course, we've got even more PEL Kick-Off Cup results from yesterday and this morning games, which, as of the time of this filming, are still ongoing, alongside with some League of Legends MSI results from Group A, which are also still ongoing as of the time of this filming. But we'll get you up to date as to what's happened so far.
Yeah, as soon as we know, you'll know. So let's look toward the NBA 2K League results. And there will be a little preview of the matches happening later on today, along with FIFA Eleague happening May 4th and 5th. I love it when regular sports meets esports. Everyone gets the chance to play and feel like a rock star. Don't you think, Dom?
Well, I certainly think so, but that's, I guess, the whole appeal of esports in the first place. Now, normally we'd be talking StarCraft 2 and how the group stage for GSL Codes is continuing, but the GSL Codes has taken a brief hiatus until this weekend. And of course, we want to remind everyone that right now, the Paladins Premier League will also get its start on week 6 later today. So we'll be filling you in a little bit more on those games that are happening. In yesterday's video, we talked about the teams that are playing, so there's still plenty of stuff going on there.
Yeah, Paladins, a new topic. Hey, don't forget about Super Smash Bros. European Cup on the 4th and 5th. I can't wait to see it and see how my all-time favorite character, Princess Peach, will compete.
Yeah, you're a Princess Peach main?
Of course, I mean,
all
yeah,
70s or so? Yeah.
So much,
Might as well.
yeah. She's the best. I love it when you race with her and you got the little
Good
motocross.
old Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's very fun. We might also get the chance to see folks play her again in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate at Thunder Smash on Cinco de Mayo, aka the 5th of May.
Yes, and now the Smite League will also return today on week 6. Yesterday, we realized we hadn't been talking about Paladins League the whole time. Today, we realized we haven't been talking about the Smite League the whole time. So we'll be filling you on what's going on there. Meanwhile, the WoW Mythic East Cup alongside the RLCS will be returning on the 4th and 5th. That's Saturday and Sunday.
Headstomper 2019 begins tomorrow through the 5th as one of the biggest fighting game tournaments in Scandinavia. It will feature a challenger level event for the Tekken World Tour and act as another stop on the Capcom Pro Tour for Street Fighter 5. That's it. 5.
And we're going to be excited to see how that shakes out. We've also got some insightful coverage from the Magic the Gathering Mythic Championship 2 and the player who was, quote-unquote, booted from the tournament for cheating. He made it to the top 8.
Skeptical
We've got a little bit of information on what's come out since then with a tweet that he posted, and Kotaku and Polygon have since picked up the story, so we'll get into that later on. But hey, let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, that's some very juicy coverage we've got there. Let's get started. I am really excited to talk about the Super Smash Bros. Hitting the scene in 2, not 1, but 2 championships this week. We've got the Europeans Cup May 4th and 5th happening in Brugge, Amsterdam.
Yes.
Fans, we have an opportunity to win free tickets to the event via their website listed below in the link. I'm very sorry if I didn't say your name correctly.
Yes.
But Amsterdam,
I'm pretty
we
sure
love
I'd
you.
like to put Boersbaan Verlage on my toast in the mornings. The teams are going to be split into 4 groups on the opening day, and not only will the winning team walk away with a customized Nintendo Switch Pro Controller, they'll also be named Champions of Europe.
Champions!
Yes, and they will
I'm
get
happy
the
for
opportunity
them.
to compete at the Smash Ultimate
Don't
World
forget about
Championship
that.
2019 3 versus 3 in Los Angeles on June 8th. Now the teams listed in Group A are
50 Seconds of Moonlight, Gazmir, and Smashed Potatoes. Group B has Triple SS, Last Shock, and Team Adhere Austria. Group C is Sporting Team Pop-Off and Las Divas de Sesic. As third team, they were unable to join in the finals, so I wonder if that's going to affect that Group C in their standings.
Very well could.
Group D, we see Team Erie from Germany, the TPs, and I Cacciatori dei Primi. Can you guess what country they're representing?
I'm going to go Ruritania. Either way, the top two from each of these
Bene.
4 separate groups will advance to the quarterfinals, entering a single elimination bracket style all the way up to the finals, which is set to be that grand final. Now, each match is actually very interesting because each match is its own inclusive best-of-5 format that changes styles throughout the rounds. Match 1 is a 2 versus 2. Match 2 through 4 is a 1v1 smashdown. And finally, if you get to match 5, it's 3 versus 3, winner take all for the rest of the series. And of course, in that smashdown format, you don't get the opportunity to play the same character twice. So you always got to change up your player. You got to change up what characters that they're playing over time. And it encourages people to have varied teams with different mains, with different styles. And of course, then you get to those team-based plays where you have to see how the characters actually match up with each other. Now, all rounds are going to have items off except the smash ball, which will be set to low frequency. Nintendo has been sticking to that for such a long time.
Oh boy.
It's been giving some really, really crazy plays.
Where would you play
in
Puff?
Competitive style, it hasn't really worked out. I mean, Puff kind of fits in
First
everywhere.
or second?
Yeah.
Third?
For
Would you
HBox,
savor in your
it
pockets?
depends on the way that you want to try to play it out. But hey, as you mentioned, Group C only has 2 players right now. Things certainly could be a little bit easier for Group C, but we know that the top 2 groups, or top 2 teams from each of the groups, will advance to playoffs. So what this basically means is that in Group C, both teams automatically get a bye into playoffs. However, they still will be competing in that group stage to determine seeding. So that should be a little bit fun. Elsewhere in Super Smash news, though, we do have the Thunder Smash Winner Takes All happening on May the 5th.
Okay, this is awesome. Not to be confused with the Nintendo official championship, however, the event is taking place in Long Beach, California, and offering up a $20,000 winner-takes-all tournament format. Don't worry, all the finalists will be able to share in the $8,000 prize pool, but there will be only one $20,000 winner. And you know me, I am a huge fan of the underdog. I'm a huge fan of inclusive competitions, and Thunder Smash delivers on this level. Early entry fees for singles was a mere $10.
Hey, easy to get in.
Yeah, not bad. And emergency registration is priced at $90, which isn't that steep if you consider the money that's on the line. Let's just say we could have some really big winners. This should be a very fun event to watch, and maybe next time we'll be able to report broadcast on the field.
Yeah, we very well could. We do know that the broadcast list is chocked full of entertaining personalities. Food courts have already been set up at the event as well. We know that it's going to be running for the course of a couple of days. So again, this is all happening in Long Beach, California. So if you couldn't quite make it to the European finals in Scandinavia, or sorry, no, that's Amsterdam. Headstomper is in Scandinavia. If you couldn't make it to Amsterdam, Long Beach ain't that bad.
Yeah, don't hesitate to join in the fun. Spectator passes can be found on the website in the description below, and you can leave a doobly-doo if you plan to attend that event. There will be Smash Ultimate Singles, Mystery Carnival Contest, Carnival Games, and a cosplay contest. First place gets cash prizes. Get it, Cali. We're having fun.
Yeah.
I wish I was out there. You know I do.
Yeah, I mean, it's Long Beach. Everybody wants to be out in Long Beach. Now, of the people that we know are going, we've got HBox, D1, Black and Nola, DJ Nintendo, and a whole bunch more are set to go as casters for the event. And presumably playing a few games themselves.
Sorry about that.
So now we've got our next fighting game news. We talked about Scandinavia just a moment ago.
Yeah.
That's where Headstomper 2019 is going on. Now, in Malmo, Sweden, we've got Headstomper. That's going to be starting on May 3rd and run all the way through the 5th this weekend. This also features as a stop on the Capcom Pro Tour, the Tekken World Tour, and even the Arc Revo World Tour.
Is that a stop or a stomp?
That's another one.
Is that a stop or a stomp?
It's a stop.
It's a stomp.
Now, our games to watch at this event are Guilty Gear XR, both versions of Blaze Blue, Soul Calibur 6, Tekken 7, and Street Fighter 5. And we hope to bring you the results of this tournament as it continues, because it still looks, we can't tell you how it's going to go before the tournament has already happened.
Of course.
We
So
gotta
it
wait
will
for those
happen on
results.
Monday. We will have the information for you and who won at the Stop Stomp happening
Yes, that's
very
the one.
good. Okay, so we wanted to remind everyone that we'll be getting some Paladins action. Paladins.
Yeah.
Paladins action with the return of the Paladins Premier League on week 6, starting tomorrow and returning on Friday. We don't talk about the Paladins enough.
Yes,
That is for
we've
sure.
only just started learning about more and more of the esports that are out there. Again, we're trying to cover as much as we can.
Yeah.
Paladins and Smite are 2 leagues that we've recently discovered, so if there are any more that we're missing, let us know in the description below. But opening tomorrow's matches.
Yes, opening tomorrow's matches, Ninjas in Pajamas, who are quite happy with their 5-0 win rate, sitting in first place. Their opponents are Space Station Gaming, who will also have a 100% win rate, but have only played 2 games so far. So we'll have to see if they're all huff and puff, or if they really have what it takes to bite back and win their rate.
Now, afterwards, we've got Space Station returning to challenge the last place team in Renegades. They're currently at 1-5 at the bottom of the standings. And finally, to close out tomorrow's games, we will see Team Envy take to the stage. They're currently at 3-3 in the standings in 5th place. And Team Envy, they're going to be challenging the Pittsburgh Knights, who are at 2-4-6. So this should be a pretty close matchup in the Paladins Premier League, and hopefully could help to clear up the middle of the standings a little bit more. Now, of course, later on Friday, we're going to be getting even more matches as that time goes on with even more teams. So again, we'll be talking about those results as they happen because, again, we can't see into the future as much as we want to. But
we will have those results on Monday, and
yes,
now it's time to get into some of the results of those ongoing leagues we've been talking so much about. Let's start with the big dogs in CSGO at IEM Sydney. Yesterday, we saw a grand culmination of round 3. Let me know about groups A and B, upper and lower.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that happened. There were 4 total series that were played, 4 best of 3s. Looking at Group A uppers is, I think, the logical place to go. Team Liquid versus Ninjas in Pajamas, 2 very, very big teams. Most folks, this is household names for fans who know esports.
Oh, yeah.
They've already qualified for the playoffs by making it to round 3 of the group stage. However, they still need to compete for seeding. Team Liquid continued their steamroll so far. They took the series 2-0. However, this has been the closest series that Team Liquid has played so far in the tournament yet. They still went 2-0,
Run for their money,
is encouraging,
but they're doing pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Game 1 went Liquid's way at 16-11 on Nuke, and then Game 2 went 16-14 on Overpass, as NIP weren't willing to just roll over in the series. Yeah. Now, looking at the lower bracket, we had Mouse versus Big, and this match was for elimination. Only the winner of this series would advance to the playoffs to join Liquid and NIP. Mouse made the games look pretty easy, though. They went 16-2 on Mirage, and then 16-4 on Inferno, claiming the final playoff spot and eliminating Big completely. So we've got Team Liquid, NIP, and I believe that is Mouse now advancing out of Group A.
Bye-bye, Big. Sorry about that. In Group B, we already knew it would be Energy Esports and MIBR in the upper round 3, and they would advance into playoffs, but we still needed to see who would claim better seeding. Energy came out swinging, taking Game 1 on Nuke at 16-4, and though MIRB fought back valiantly in Game 2 on Overpass, the series went 2-0 to Energy Sports, seeding them into the semi-finals round of playoffs. In the lower bracket, Fnatic took on Greyhound for the final spot of the playoffs bracket, in which Fnatic took Game 1 in a rousing 16-2, but Greyhound answered back in Game 2, taking the match into overtime and finally closing out a win at 19-16. All tied up, both teams entered the first Game 3 of round 3, and when the dust settled on the Inferno, it was Fnatic who were still standing with a 16-2 scoreline.
Yeah, now with all that seeding settled, let's go ahead and run through a quick playoff picture to prepare you for tonight's games. In the quarters, it's MIBR challenging Mouse, the winner of which will then get the honor of clashing with Team Liquid in the semis. On the other side, you've got Ninjas in Pajamas brawling it out with Fnatic, of whom the winner will then take on Energy Esports. Quarters are taking place later tonight, semis will happen tomorrow, and the grand finals will be starting on Saturday. Of course, you can keep it tuned right here to the Esports channel as we fill you in on the results of those games as they come in.
Yeah, that'll be really fun. That's a best of 5.
Yeah, that grand final semifinals is going to be quite exciting.
Okay, moving on, here are the results from the PUBG PEL Kick-Off Cup from early this morning. Starting with Group B, we had another good performance from 3D Max, netting 2 first-place wins to lock down first place for now, that is, alongside the hefty modicum of kills just behind them. However, Team Liquid would continue to place well and kill well. Tailing behind in third is Team Jokers, and only 3 points away in fourth place is Ents, who, while they may not have claimed as many kills as we have seen before, are comfortably ranking in the top few teams in each round, which is keeping them afloat.
Yeah, now as of the time of this filming, Group A is still finishing up its last round. Desperado currently are still in first place at 114, but Navi are tailing just behind at 91. However, Desperado has been eliminated as the first team out in round 12, so they could be in jeopardy if Navi or Team 7, who are in third place, have a pop-off final round. Behind that, we've still got Avenger and Unity tailing at 5th and 6th respectively. Now, the top 8 teams of each 16 from each group will advance to the finals that are set to take place on the 3rd through the 5th. So with Desperado out early in this final round of Group A, we could get some unexpected mobility from some of our lower placed teams in the standings due to an artificial stimulant boost to their points by a result of getting a better first place finish.
All right, that's not all. Let's get into what's going on into the League of Legends world with Group A results from MSI.
Yeah, now Group A featured 4 teams playing in a double round robin earlier this morning with Fengvu Buffalo, the Bombers, Isurus, and 1907 Fenerbahce Esports. At the end of the standings, we had 2 clear fighters standing tall, with Fengvu Buffalo and 1907 Fenerbahce Esports at 4 and 2 apiece, with the Bombers and Isurus at 2 and 4. Now, as a result of yesterday's matches, both Buffalo and 1907 Fenerbahce Esports are tied up at 4 and 2, with both teams trading a loss against each other. Now, because only one team can advance, they'll be playing in a tiebreaker later today to determine the final spots seeding going into the next round of the play-in stage. They'll get the opportunity to hopefully play against either Team Liquid or Flash Wolves, depending on the results of Group B.
And 1907 Fenerbahce Esports is different from the original Fenerbahce.
Yes, different organizations. But as Group B rages on, the teams Detonation, Focus Me, Vega Squadron, Mega Esports, and INTZ Esports Club are playing out a handful of games today. After today's matches, though, the MSI will take a break until Sunday the 5th, where they're set to conclude with the rest of the play-in group stage matches of Group B. The winner of Group B, alongside the recently crowned winner of Group A, will advance to the group stage elimination round, again, to play against either Team Liquid or Flash Wolves. The winner of that round will advance to the group stage. The loser will play the other side's loser in a special elimination match for a second chance to advance to the group stage. Of course, those matches are happening on Monday morning starting around 4 a.m. But still, we've got even more esports to cover. Let's talk about the NBA 2K League, because that completed day 1 of week 4 just yesterday.
NBA 2K League continues, and we've got the results fresh off the presses. First up, we saw Mavs versus the Hawks Italians at 55-57 in favor of the Mavs, and the T-Wolves took on the Celtics at 62-52 for the T-Wolves. Afterwards, the Hawks Italian returned against Net SGC in a 68-54 matchup, favoring the Hawks Italian. The Mavs returned for their final match of week 4, going 64-60 against the T-Wolves, and our last match, Pacers Gaming closed out 61-57 against Magic Gaming.
Yeah, now it looks like the Mavs are still our #1 team to beat, as they had another 2-0 day, which now puts them at 7-0 in the standings overall, clearly in first place. Timberwolves find themselves at 15th at 2-4, and the Hawks Talon locked down a 1-1 over the course of the day, sitting at a more comfortable 3-2 in 8th place.
Here's a quick look at today's games, which will be bringing you the results of tomorrow. We will bring those to you, after they've completed.
Yeah, again, we can't look into the future and tell you what's happening for tomorrow's games. We will see Grizz challenge the Bucks, then the Celtics against Net SGC, before Blazers take on the Knicks. And of course, to end up the day, Warriors will bring their all against Wizards District Gaming. Of those matches, none really stand out as a team to watch, because again, most of these teams playing in tomorrow's games have a pretty clear separation in terms of overall wins and points. Though, hey, an upset could always be in the cards.
Looking ahead, we've got more esports action happening later this weekend with the FIFA Eleague kicking off on May 4th and 5th. We'll also see the return of StarCraft 2 with GSL Code S Season 2 giving us their Group D games. That should be interesting to see.
Yeah, always a big fan of that StarCraft. Now taking place tomorrow is Smite League, which is set to begin its week 6 of play. Now, Thursday, we're going to see Team Rival, who are 2-1, challenge Space Station Gaming, who sit just below them at 1-2. On Friday, we'll get to see Space Station Gaming return, say that 5 times fast, Space Station Gaming, return to challenge E United, who sit at 3-0 in the standings, tied for first place in win percentage. Perhaps Space Station can put a dent in their winning streak. Now, if they do pick up some energy with a win against Team Rival the day before, maybe they can bring that energy towards the next day. But hey, that's not all. We've still got more action towards the end of the week.
Once again, we've got 2 more events with the return of the RLCS Season 7 entering its 5th week of play. Also on the weekend, we'll get the WoW Mythic International East Cup 3, which looks to be the last Mythic International qualifiers until their live finals later on this year.
Yeah, and finally, that's it for our esports coverage for today. It seems like as we're finding more and more tournaments, the coverage is increasing more and more every day. However, I feel like it's only a matter of time until all of the events line up at once, like the planets in Hercules, and then there's just going to be a day where nothing happens, and we'll just say, hi, this is the Esports Channel. Nothing happened.
Everybody's playing.
We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. But hey, let's take a look at gaming news, because there's still a lot more going on. CSGO's Battle Royale mode Danger Zone. Danger Zone! They just got a new update yesterday morning.
Which they received a new map called the Sirocco, with a few gameplay updates featuring respawns, a ping system, radial weapon select, deployment perks, new items, and more. We've got a link down in below for more info, but it looks like a case of yet another Battle Royale taking cue from games like Fortnite and Apex Legends. Plus, it's literally called Danger Zone.
Yeah, I know.
Which
we
makes
gotta
me
get
want to dance.
Kenny Loggins in here. Danger Zone! But hey, that's it. That's our coverage for today on the big news. We still got a lot more stuff coming at you with today's quick fix. Coming in fast and furious, we'll be talking about Valve's new VR headset, the Index, alongside a new party system in Fortnite.
Plus, we're streaming live on Twitch, so be sure to tune into that and watch me on my favorite game. We got MK11. That's in the description below at twitch.tv/esports_channel.
Yes, and lastly, if you made it this far, we want to know what you think. Send us your comments down below. If you've got any in-game clips that you think are esports worthy, send them our way. The link down in the description.
Thank you so much for watching, and finally, behalf on myself and the whole entire esports channel, good night and GG. Happy gaming.